As you know, the central government, the Union Ministry of Forest and Environment, has given conditional clearance to the project. All those conditions will be gone through, and then we'll see what needs to be done.
The people of Orissa had expected that, keeping the interest of the state in view, Mr. Jairam Ramesh will take some stern steps. But the people have been disappointed after his announcement. Similarly, BJP from the very beginning was opposing for a separate port for POSCO near Paradip port.
Number one, POSCO should shift the place. Number two, POSCO should not take any water from Mahanadi. Number three, no port should be handed over to him, nor any permission be given to construct another port near Paradip port. So to this extent, I disagree with the permission granted by Jairam Ramesh. I am not against POSCO, but I am against the place. Because of the public resentment, the place should be changed. No industry should be established which hurts the public sentiment, which is opposed by the people, and only after taking confidence of the people, an industrial unit should be established.
You see, Gandhian philosophy of industrialization and development of the country has already, has not a place in the mind of the politicians and statesmen. You see, if the real economy and the real India lies in the villages, you see, and 80% of the people depend on the agriculture, and even Ambani groups or Tata, Birla, Dalmia, or any multinational corporation, everybody has to eat the grains, paddy, which the farmers is yielding. So, disturbing the agriculture, no industrialization will be encouraged. And the government, you see, is encouraging this type of multinational corporation investments and domestic investments because of their own needs, political needs, economic needs.
We have given a package with the agreement of POSCO company that is not available in other industries, which will be more beneficial to the local people. Similarly, whatever they are telling regarding this environment, we will abide by that. That is a national cause. We must see that the environment is not being destroyed or otherwise misused. So, POSCO will come.
Not at all. Let us take the attitude of the government of Orissa. Government of Orissa has already taken a policy decision that export of minerals will be banned. The agreement or the MOU between the government of Orissa and POSCO has ceased. It has to be renewed. And in the renewed MOU or the agreement, how can government of Orissa agree for exporting mineral? And minus exporting mineral, POSCO will not agree to establish industry. So how is the government going to overcome that problem? Number two, so far as mines is concerned, Kandadar mines will not be given to POSCO as per the High Court judgment. High Court has not only struck it down, High Court has further said that the government of Orissa is changing its mining policy from person to person and has attributed some motive. Therefore, there is no mining facility for this POSCO. Export of mineral by POSCO will not be agreed to by government of Orissa as its policy stand. Therefore, POSCO coming into picture or establishing industry is highly doubtful.
Neither myself nor POSCO Pratirudh Sangram Samiti, we are not opposed to industrialization, but we are opposed to the type of industrialization that is going against the guaranteed agricultural economy. The established agrarian economy should not be demolished for any type of industrialization, maybe FDI or domestic investment. So that is our motto. We have been conducting the resistance struggle against the POSCO steel plant to be set up in Dhinkia, Nuaga and Gadkujang near Paradip. And also we have been fighting against the port that is to be set up there on the site of Jatadhar. You see, because at an 8 kilometers distance there will be a POSCO port. India needs more ports, I don't deny. But India doesn't need multinational ports. Ports owned by multinational and private companies. So another fact is if a POSCO port comes up on the site of Jatadhar, then their inundation will start. There will be heavy waterlogging, and entire paddy land will be submerged in water. Both the major communities of the society, that class of the society, taking the economic consideration, that fishermen community and peasantry, both will be deprived of their natural livelihood. So we consider the displacement of livelihood is the real displacement of a family.
Once Paradip Port was constructed, there are two breakwaters. Beyond the north breakwater, there was serious sea erosion. So Paradip Port spent 1,200 crores to put up a sea wall to protect the north side of the Paradip Port. Beyond that south breakwater, there is the accreditation of sea up to Jatadhar mouth. We got a huge landscape. 1,135 acres of land which was originally sold to POSCO, that is available because of sea has shifted towards the east, so land is available. There is even not a grass, but that has been shown as forest.
So this port will be essential.
So once this port will come up, they will have two breakwaters. Towards south breakwater up to Devi mouth, there will be accreditation. The sea will shift it, and the havoc now created for sea erosion, that will be checked automatically. From Jatadhar mouth to Paradip Port, the 7.5 kilometer, a anti-tide embankment will be put up. Finance being provided by IOCL and POSCO. Now the road is under construction, so there will be no problem.
They think by creating many mega industries and infrastructure and port facilities, they will suddenly make Orissa rich. But I do not think. Because every action of the man has a reaction of nature. If we go for mega industries, it has a big impact on environmental problems, which we are feeling. For example, in Orissa, Talcher, Angul, Jharsuguda, Sambalpur area, where we have concentrated varieties of industries, thermal power plant and all that, there is a tremendous warming in the area. And if we go on adding this in many parts of the state, I don't think we do justice to nature. For example, in Orissa, I find the sea is now untouched. As of now, it is untouched. If you go for many ports and harbors, the sea will be touched, very much touched. And there will be lots of ships moving in the sea, trailers moving in the sea. So they will have their impact on the seawater, pollution of seawater, and the biodiversity of the marine biodiversity will be completely at stake. So, for example, I feel that we are taking so much care of olive reedless. Do you think if all these ports and harbors come and all the developments takes place, do you think you can save the olive reedless? Never. I don't think another 20 years, say, there will be no question of olive reedless. Because in our eyes we see how the animal life is being eliminated by the development processes.
Whatever signals government is giving, that is not the final signal. What the people of that area will decide, that will be the final decision. And they have decided at any cost they won't allow anybody to set up a plant there. That is question of their livelihood.
It's because of the presence of weak opposition, Navin Patnaik is taking the advantage of the situation, number one. Number two, Navin Patnaik doesn't know the geography, demography and history of Odisha. He has no direct link and direct contact and interaction with the people, the real people. Adivasis, tribal people and scheduled castes and common men, lay people. And another point is that, you see, everything is available in the market. money is available, everything whatever you want, science and technology has made everything available. But land is not available. You can print money in the machine, you cannot print land. So what the people are going to face is the scarcity of land. And multinationals and Navin Patnaik, their representative, or Manmohan Singh, their representative, they have felt the need of land for investment in the future, in the coming days, that there will be no land for investment. They are trying to build up their land bank. That is the real politics behind this investment. And nowadays the government, both union government and state government, have invented a new plan of repressing the mass movements in the name of Maoists. That is also a new plan. Strategically, the government is acting upon the progressive movements, you see, to put down, to repress the movement. So, this is really a fight between the people and their elected government.
Suppressing the public opinion, you cannot go for any industry. Recently, the Supreme Court has said that the people of India, hearing the name of development or industry, are being alarmed. They hate the idea of industry. They disapprove the idea of industry because they lose everything and in return they get nothing. This is what the Supreme Court says. So keeping this in view of the Supreme Court's view, the government of Orissa and government of India must try to find out a place where people do not oppose or where there is no habitation or cultivation. There cannot be any industry at the cost of agriculture or at the cost of the farmers. And water from Mahanadi should never be given because water level is going down. POSCO, wherever it establishes industry, must find out its own water resource. And a port, no port should be given to any foreigner, because I am reminded of the East India Company.
POSCO